There's this obsession Americans seem to have with truly awful people. Jordan Belfort, Steve Jobs, and at this point pretty much every serial killer who's ever lived. It's this urge, whether conscious or not, to venerate power, regardless of how it's used. It permeates through their media, their culture. You might even argue that it is their culture. The American dream and the contradiction at the center. The belief that all human beings deserve a chance to define their lives as they see fit, contrasted with the founding of the country through the erasure of a people and the systems of oppression that have funded it ever since. A place driven by the pursuit of greatness, regardless of what it costs you, what it costs the world around you. What did the man say? Move fast and break things. That contradiction has birthed thousands upon thousands of Marty Mouses. Men and women born from nothing, raised on the belief that everything they could ever dream of is within reach, if only they stretch a little further. And it isn't necessarily a lie. It's just that it was never the whole truth. Marty is a young Jewish man living in post-World War II America, after the bombs have long been dropped and the horrors of the camps are still being reckoned with. The world at large rushing to adapt to a new order and its place within it. He's an almost pathologically ambitious table tennis player, willing to do whatever it takes, literally whatever it takes, for his piece of the future. Except, the future hasn't accounted for him. There are no extra seats, and the longer he keeps shoving and squeezing through, the less willing people are to make room. I don't want to sugarcoat it. Following the great American narrative tradition, Marty is a piece of shit. The worst kind of narcissist, the type that comes with the healthy side of charm. He's screwed over everyone, friends and family alike, at least twice. But what makes Josh Safdie's newest anxiety inducer a masterpiece is the fact that unlike the leads of his last two films, it isn't entirely his fault. There are glimmers of humanity in Mauser that seep through every once in a while. Like when he talks to Rachel, a girl he's known most of his life, and for a few seconds it's as though they're in sync, like they understand each other better than anyone else could, until one of them inevitably betrays the other. Or when he brings his mother a gift right after arguing with her, a piece of the Egyptian pyramids, calling to his roots as a Jew with the line, "We built that." Marty is driven in a way few people could ever be. He talks about himself with a reverence and confidence you'd expect to find only in self-help books. He treats every step of whatever goal he set his mind to as though it were life or death, throwing every part of himself at it and seeing it through to the end. If he had been born in a different place, with a different set of opportunities, he could have ruled the world. And the tragic thing is, he knows this. He knows it in his bones. If he can just get past the next humiliation, then he'll be set. Then it will all have been worth something. But there's always another, always a new hurdle, a new board of men more powerful than he could have ever imagined, demanding humility and deciding his fate on a whim, regardless of the sacrifices he's made. The truth is, against the world, Marty never stood a chance. In many ways, nearly every Safdie film is about addiction, but not in the traditional sense, even though they all feel like bad trips. It's more psychoanalytical. One of my favorite TED Talks by Johann Hari describes addiction not as chemical dependence, but as bonding, attachment. The pursuit of your drug of choice as a product of your environment, your cage, your loneliness, your trauma, not the drug itself. Connie, Howard, and now Marty. These are all men caught in self-destructive but also self-affirming loops. Marty in particular runs one con after another, these desperate grasps at control, driven by his need to be anywhere but where he is now, to become anyone but who he is in that very moment. His brain screams escape as his eyes dart back and forth, constantly searching for an exit, turning every crisis into an opportunity, asserting himself even when it's at his own expense. Marty Mauser is a rat caught in a trap, bleeding out, yet still reaching for the cheese.